every day.
Wow! Jeon Jungkook looks crazy in hooligan biker style, 4K visuals that will leave ARMY speechless. That night felt longer than usual, as if time itself had slowed down, making space for something about to happen, something that could never be repeated. In the distance, the city lights flickered softly, like a breath being held. And in the middle of a world that never stops moving, never pauses, a video appeared. No warning. No countdown. No grand stage or roaring crowd. Just a single frame. Clear, sharp, in 4K resolution. Slowly opening a door to another side of someone we thought we already knew. And there he stood. Jeon Jungkook. But that night, he didn't arrive as the idol we're used to seeing. There was no warm smile to greet us. No dazzling stage lights. Only silence. And an aura that felt heavier, deeper, more real. The night wind brushed against his black leather jacket, creating small movements, yet full of meaning. As if every detail, every fold of fabric, was telling a story left unspoken. His gaze was fixed forward. Sharp, yet calm. Not the kind of look that seeks attention, but the kind that no longer needs validation. And that's when everything began to feel different. Welcome to the Kpop BTS channel. A place where every story is not just seen, but felt. Here, we don't just follow news. We dive into every emotion, every shift, every subtle step the world might overlook. And tonight, what we're about to explore is not just a viral video. This is a moment. A shift that might change the way we see Jeon Jungkook forever. Back to the video. The camera moved slowly, drawing closer, as if hesitant, yet curious. And with every passing second, we were pulled deeper. Not just visually, but emotionally. That 4K clarity wasn't just about image quality. It was about honesty. About seeing the smallest things usually hidden. The way he breathed. The blink of his eyes. Even the subtle tension in his jaw. Everything felt real. Behind him, a motorcycle stood still. Dark. Solid. As if waiting for him. And when Jungkook stepped closer, the sound of his boots touching the asphalt, soft, yet echoing. His steps weren't rushed, nor were they hesitant. Every movement felt intentional, as if he knew every motion was being watched. Yet for the first time, he didn't care. That hooligan biker style wasn't just about appearance. It wasn't merely fashion or a visual concept. It was expression. A side that may have been locked away for so long, and now, slowly being set free. There was freedom in it, but also solitude. There was courage, but also something deeper. Something words can't quite capture. When his hand touched the motorcycle handle, everything seemed to pause. As if the world held its breath, waiting for what would come next. And when the engine roared to life, that sound was more than just noise. It was a vibration. A vibration that reached into the chest, into the heart, as if awakening something long asleep. Something that had been quietly waiting beneath the surface. Patient, unseen, but never truly gone. And in that fragile space between silence and motion, everything began to shift. The streetlights stretched endlessly along the road, their pale glow cutting through the darkness, casting shadows that moved faster than the eye could fully follow. Each step he took felt deliberate. Not rushed, not hesitant, but certain, as if guided by something only he could feel. And in the middle of it all, Jeon Jungkook remained calm. There was no urgency in his expression. No need to turn back. No trace of searching for reassurance. Just focus. Just movement. Just forward. And maybe that quiet determination, that almost unspoken clarity, is exactly why millions couldn't look away from this moment. Because it didn't feel staged. It didn't feel like something carefully constructed for the world to consume. It felt real. Unfiltered. Like a glimpse into a version of him that rarely steps into the spotlight. A version that exists beyond the stage lights, beyond the roaring crowds. On this K-pop BTS channel, we've seen the overwhelming scale of success. The kind that echoes across stadiums. The kind that writes history in numbers and records. We've seen the global phenomenon of BTS. Felt the energy of performances that seem almost larger than life. Moments where the world stops, just to watch. But this feels different. This feels close. Like standing just a few steps away. Close enough to notice the quiet rhythm of breathing. Close enough to feel the weight of a moment that isn't meant to be loud, but meaningful. And perhaps, that's where its power truly lies. Because not everything that matters needs to be announced. Sometimes, it simply unfolds. Naturally. Slowly. And when it does, it stays with us longer than anything explosive ever could. Reactions began pouring in. Like waves that couldn't be held back. Social media filled with questions, theories, quiet wonder. Is this a signal of a new chapter? A glimpse of an upcoming concept? Or something even more personal? A fleeting moment where an artist simply exists, without explanation. No one can say for certain. And maybe, we're not supposed to. Because sometimes, the beauty of a moment lies in not fully understanding it. In letting it remain, slightly out of reach. So it continues to echo within us. And if we look deeper, beyond what's visible, this video doesn't shout. It whispers. A quiet message, almost hidden between frames. That behind every achievement, behind every spotlight that follows him wherever he goes, Jeon Jungkook is still walking his own path. Still searching for something more. Still evolving, step by step, in ways the world may not always see, but somehow, can still feel. The night slowly settled into silence. The video ended. The screen faded into darkness. But something lingered. Not an image. Not a sound. But a feeling. Soft. Quiet. Yet impossible to ignore. Like the final note of a song that doesn't quite end. But instead, stays suspended in the air. As if the story isn't finished yet. As if what we've seen is only a fragment. A beginning. The beginning of something that hasn't fully revealed itself. Something bigger, deeper, and perhaps more honest than anything that came before. So now, the question gently returns to you. What did you feel in that moment? Was it just a visual? Or something more, something quietly meaningful, waiting to be understood? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to keep experiencing stories like this, stories that go beyond what's seen, and reach into what's felt, don't forget to subscribe to K-pop BTS. Because here, even the smallest moment, even a single quiet step in the night, can become the beginning of a story that stays with us long after everything else fades away.